People wonder why I film outside. I'm just trying to get a tan. I miss Hawaii. Hello beautiful people. Hi, hello, it's me, Kiki. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and welcome to my channel if you have not been here before. Hi, how are you? So today we're going to be doing a well-requested story time. This is...
Spaghetti-o.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, testing audio. All right guys, we've got the sun, we've got my B-Tech earphone microphone. Let's freaking go! Okay, let's begin. So this story all starts around this app that I downloaded. It was basically a job application app. I'm not going to say the app's name. I'm not trying to get sued or anything, just in case. I don't know. I'm just not doing it. But don't be stupid like me and download job application apps. Just go on Indeed or talk to people in real life. Just do it. Don't do it. Just don't. So previously on this job application app, I've had like messages, a bit weird messages like, oh, I'd want to hire you, but I'm too scared I'd fall in love with you. Insert text here.
Don't be suspicious. 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 Don't be suspicious.
Stuff like that from managers or restaurant owners or whatever. Not that I was going to work there anyway. Good luck. So now we don't only deal with harassment in a workplace, we deal with it online as well. I didn't even work there. I didn't even apply. These are the sort of people that you find on Omegle or something.
Oh.
No hate. I'm just saying. You'll find them there. I'm not saying nice people don't go on Omegle too. I'm just saying they're there. Back to the story. So obviously I'm just on this app trying to make a bit of money. You know, I'm out here with an earphone, microphone. You know.
Me.
So naturally, as I'm searching through the many options of different types of jobs I'm looking for, I then search acting jobs, because who knows, maybe someone's doing a short film and I can help them out. There's only one job type that suits this role. Okay, so this bit's very important. People can search on your job profile and see what kind of person you are. So obviously one of the first things there is actress and and a bit about me and nothing too much, just, you know, basic stuff. So obviously I go ahead and I click on the job and I'm like, ooh, an acting job. And she said that she was going to email me and talk to me more about this job. So I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go. Let's act. So the person advertising the acting job then goes and emails me and says,
"This is the first email I received from her.
Basically, she was advertising an acting role to find out whether or not her boyfriend was cheating on her. A normal person in this situation would be like, listen, I don't want to get involved. That's their life. Like, I'm not trying to be a homewrecker or anything, you know. But me being me, I'm like, oh, tell me more, you know, like, oh, let's figure this out. Let me help you, sister. So I'm going to read out that email now.
At first, I was just trying to give advice and be as moral as I could about it. And then I was in.
So obviously, naturally, I'm thinking, this is insane. This is wild. Let me put this on my Instagram story and see what you lot think. And everyone seems so intrigued. So I was like, okay, I got to do this for the people. We all need answers at this point. Like, this is one story. Now it's a whole series. Like, now this is a movie, like, I'm involved in and I have to play the part because I'm just trying to share that love, you know? I'm just trying to get you that gossip, that juicy information. So I go ahead and we keep emailing. I'm going to read out some emails. Insert here.
Yeah, I changed my mind. You guys have fun reading it.
Eventually I was like, okay, this is really not that professional of a job. Let's just exchange WhatsApp numbers and let's talk this through. This makes sense. So we go ahead and we change the conversation to WhatsApp.
However, before that, we did have a conversation talking about the fact that there was going to be 3 other girls attending, and we're all going to meet up and discuss it a bit further. But basically, we're going to meet her boyfriend in a job interview scenario. And this is just us talking and introducing ourselves on WhatsApp.
It did seem really sketchy to me that this guy was advertising it on Craigslist and he was just going to interview some girls about his job. And everything seemed a bit... So I understood from the woman's perspective. I was like, okay, I'd kind of want to know too. Why not get some girls to actually go to this interview? If anything, I could be walking out with a job. Who knows? Not that that's where I really thought it was going to go. But I just thought, you know what? Why not? I'm down for this. It's not like I'm going to flirt or seduce with him. Like, I'm just going to turn up to a job interview. Where's the harm in that, right? Right?
Not a chance.
There'll be 3 other girls there. 3 other girls. Sisterhood. We'll be fine. Thinking about it logistically wise, I'm just going to a job interview and I'm going to get paid £130.
Hello, I like money.
At this point, Sean suddenly can't make it to the group meetup to discuss all of this because she has to go to New York with her job.
So conveniently, she couldn't make the meetup because now she's in New York. But what she did offer was £50 as a deposit, just to ensure that we were still going to stick it through. And by we, I mean I.
Of course she does. She has to fly to New York, of course. It makes total sense. So I'm kind of like, okay, sure, fine, it's fine. We don't have to meet up. Maybe we can have a phone call later. I'm thinking, that's fine. Like, we'll discuss it, terms and conditions, blah, blah, blah.
As for WhatsApp, she basically gives me a terrible breakdown of the character I'm going to play. As she does that, it's me who then has to question important questions like, this job interview, what is it for? What's the background I'm going to need? Etc, etc.
I really, in my spare time, didn't pay this sort of meetup and everything that much attention. I wasn't really paying much to details. I was just like, okay, I'm going to turn up, I'm going to get money, I'm going to get out. It was really strange to me that she didn't actually give me the other girls' names at any point, or she didn't like give me their numbers so we could meet up and discuss how we're going to do it. Even though I wasn't paying much attention, there was one point where I did start to think, how come this woman's not really telling me much about what this job interview is about? Like, I'm an actor and I take my approach very seriously. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to be a whole different character because I've got nothing better to do with my life, you know? So when she's telling me that, oh yeah, you just meet up at this time, this place, this is how it's going to be. I'm like, okay, but what's the job for? Why are we what did we discuss in the previous text that you said you discussed with the, like, it just all seemed a bit like, okay, I didn't even question her motives. That's the sad part. I didn't even question why she didn't send me anything and more information just than the location, the time, and that's it. I didn't question it. I just thought, oh, as a character, I'm going to need a bit more, babe.
I know, guys, it's shocking. You don't need to tell me. So at this point, she sent me the Craigslist app that he supposedly put out, which looks like it was made within 2 minutes. And it took her forever to send me that, by the way. Anyway, I talk about how I'm going to break it down into my character and etc, etc. Ugh, I know.
So at this point, time just keeps getting quicker and quicker. And she's like, you know what? This is the place. This is the time. Are you in? Are you not in? And I'm like, okay, of course I'm in. Like, you have my word. So of course I'm going to do it, you know?
At this point, I feel like I felt obliged to do it because she had already sent me some money. So I kind of was just like, yeah, I'm down. You know, you kind of just feel like you got to do what you got to do.
So it's the night beforehand. I'm a bit like, you know, like, this is going to be so interesting. This will make a great story time, la, la, la. And then I get a phone call. Not by who you think. I get a phone call from one of my best friends. Thank you, Jesus.
Bless you, boy. Bless you.
So I get a phone call from one of my best friends, let's call him Alex, and Alex is like, oh my God, how's your day, blah, 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 and we're just chatting and everything's going super hunky-dory. And then I bring up what I'm doing the next day, and I'm telling him, oh yeah, remember that Instagram post I posted about, because I expect everyone to know what I post about. And he's like, no, I don't. So I start briefing him on this whole story and what I'm about to do the next day. And this boy, dead ass, calls me out and says, you are so dumb.
God, Karen, you're so stupid.
This is when Alex became super major best friend helping out in mode. This is awkward. Hi. He starts to pick up on things I would have never even thought about. Then he started asking me things like, okay, how do you know this woman messaging you about this whole thing is even a woman? How do you know this woman that you're talking to is a woman? Have you spoke on the phone? Have you videoed with her? Have you met up in person? I didn't know what to tell Alex. I had no answers for him. I knew none of these things. And that's when he started delving deeper, and we started going through the conversations again, and we started going, this is sketchy. And we sort of just reevaluated because of these reasons.
So, one of the biggest reasons is the fact that she gave me a time and a place to meet a guy, but the sketchy part is the fact that I was meeting him in a hotel. Further, she told me that there's going to be drinks there because that was advertised, which could easily be spiked by this guy I don't know. Even more sketchy, the fact that she told me that her stepbrother was transferring me money because she couldn't do it because she was in New York and didn't bring her online transfer thingy. I don't know what that means either.
Let's really think about this, guys. Without all this imaginary text and rubbish that has been written, all she really gave me on factual information was a place to meet a guy and the time. Not to mention it was in a hotel.
What an idiot.
Ugh! So I was fully prepared to meet a random guy in a hotel at a time. I mean, given it was the afternoon.
Boy, if you don't...
But whatever, it doesn't matter. I was just going to meet a stranger, a random guy, off of the word of some woman via text who has a profile picture that looks like a catfish. Insert picture.
Nope.
I don't care. Yes, I'm going to use the picture. Yes, I'm going to call this person out. Yes, the person's name was Sean, apparently. Because we all know this is not true. We know this by now. We know. My friend Alex literally was laughing at me and saying that this is something that you hear in primary school assemblies about the dangers of talking online. And you know what? He's not wrong. He was not wrong. And there was me going, ha ha ha, acting experience.
What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
Okay, I knew it was an acting experience, let's be honest. I just thought, £130. I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, oh, okay, so you didn't turn up, you didn't go. You just ended it there, you didn't do anything. No! You know what? Because your girl is not finished.
Keep it up. It's me. I win. You lose.
So then, in my moral code, I decide this is so wrong. This is a setup. And apparently there's other girls going. Now, Alex was breaking it down to me. He said that this is probably a setup, and if you don't turn up, then the woman, Sean, would then know that you didn't turn up because the other girls would have told her. But even though we strongly believed that there were no other girls in the first place, but if I did turn up and no one was there, she could be like, oh, I'm so sorry, the other girls just didn't turn up, you know? Because it wasn't really Sean, there's no woman, it was probably just one man planning to meet me and using it as a setup to meet me. That's how I view it. At this point, Criminal Minds mode kicks into me. I'm obsessed with Criminal Minds. I love that TV show. I think I'm freaking a Reed out here doing all these calculations.
This combination yields 32 possible encodings. Normally, you'd use a computer to run all these combinations, but it was quicker just to do it longhand until I found the right one.
He's so lifelike.
And I'm like, okay, let's break down. Let's try and catch this unsub, this suspect. I'm going up to the police station. I'm like, let's go. So I trek all the way to one of the central London police stations because I'm like, okay, let's go to the closest place so they can catch this person, right? I just knew that, like, if I called the police and made a report, like, nothing would happen. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go straight to the police closest to the place and I'm going to make a report. I'm going to tell them that there is a suspect on the loose. So I go to the police. I'm breaking down what's happening. This woman's looking at me like she's never seen anything like this story in her life. She is laughing inside. I know she is. She's not laughing on the exterior, but she is definitely laughing inside. She's thinking, what is going on? But she's also very worried. And she's like, there's nothing we can do. If we were to have this reported maybe earlier, we might then be able to do an investigation if it was then to get approved. But that would be highly unlikely anyway, because there's so many other matters apparently happening in this country that we don't hear about, apparently so many more important things than online predators. This is literally, I was in a Criminal Minds episode. This is what this should be titled as.
Take this gun.
I don't believe in guns.
Okay, trust me, they are very real. Take it.
Even though I'm trying to get through to these police women, like, they're telling me there's pretty much nothing they can do. And they only tell me, just don't go. Like, it would be dumb to go. And I was trying to get them on board. I was like, come on, like, I'll go and then I'll make a call. And they were like, why would you do that? That's just ridiculous. It's obviously a dumb idea. So I'm like, so you're aware that this could be a danger and there's someone potentially going who could get hurt. And they're like, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm just like, they're like, why would you go? And I'm like, because protect and serve your country. That's why, police. Protect and serve. I think the sketchiest thing about the whole thing was the fact that multiple times, let's reinsert these just to remind ourselves, multiple times it was told that there was going to be drinks at this place. There was going to be drinks. So it was going to be a chill environment. It was going to be a bit of fun, la la la, not to take it too serious. Such a setup. What could have this man put in those drinks? This man, even if it was this girlfriend's boyfriend, and this is how it was advertised via chat or whatever that they were doing and she was setting up, la la la, even if you want me to go meet your boyfriend for an interview who is most likely someone who is cheating on you, and he's buying drinks and we're just going to drink in a hotel. Am I delusional to think that? Am I really being dramatic?
Not this time.
Those drinks were obviously going to be spiked. And this is something I mentioned to the police. No one could do anything about it because it's shit. The law system's shit. And that's just the end of the day. Like, let me fight crime. I was like, let me get in with a wire. Let me just... For all anyone knew, this could have been a sex trafficking ring setup. Who knows? You know, it was in not a great hotel. Even if it was in a conference room, it was just a bit sketchy. So the police at this point weren't willing to really help me. So what am I going to do now? Do I go? I swear to you guys, the only reason I didn't go is because my best friend, after talking to me about it for like an hour, would have killed me. He would have been like, even if like you were going with good intentions and la la la, it's still too dangerous. Don't do it. Like, I just had to honor that word that I gave him. Fair enough, right? Ooh, okay, the sun's gone for a break. So at this point, I'm like, okay, the police won't help me. What do I do? I need to call the hotel. I need to, just in case, because potentially there could be more than one person meeting up with this guy and they could be drugging, raping, freaking. So So I'm trying to call the hotel and I can't on my phone because my plan doesn't allow me to have more than plus minutes, because when I came back from Hawaii, I still on one of my mum's phone plans. Don't come for me. I'm just trying, like, get me a job first, innit? Like, don't presume. Okay. I go up to this random guy because he's with like a group of colleagues and he's with like girls, guys, whatever. And I just go up to him and he's got like one of those security things in his ear. And that's why I went up to him. I was like, listen. And I kind of break down the situation a little bit. And I'm like, listen, there could be a potential crime happening right now. I really need to use your phone to call a hotel. And he's like, okay, sure. I'm like a manager of this security lot in this area. It couldn't have been more perfect. I walked up to the manager of security in that complete central London area. So I'm like, okay, I'm walking up to a security guard of this area. Let me do this. So I walk with him to his little like headquarters place. It wasn't little and it wasn't weird. It was on the open. It was obvious, you know, don't worry. So I walk in and I use his phone or the like system's phone, whatever. Pick up the phone. I'm calling the hotel. I am calling the hotel to warn them. We don't have time for this. Honestly, nothing worse than please press 7. For a good day. Please press 8. Like, shut up. Like, I'm trying to save lives here, okay? Eventually, I swear to you, it kept ringing and it kept going. I'm so sorry, but the person you need to speak to is unavailable. Please try again later. Wasting these security guys' phones minutes, you know? Like, wasting their money because it's per minute they get, like, charged from that phone call. So eventually, after about the 4th phone call, I get through to the hotel. Praise the Lord. I get through. I brief them on the situation. No one is understanding what I'm saying. It's like I'm speaking a different language. I'm trying to tell them, I'm like, listen, there's a guy in this conference room, in this place, at this time, who I was meant to be meeting, but now I'm not sure I should because I'm just briefing down the story to them. It's very simple. It's not, but it should be. Get with the so at this point I was just like, listen, if anyone else turns up, just warn them that it could be something else, because I wasn't thinking through with logic. So just give them that warning. And they were like, okay, we will do. I was like, whatever you do, don't tell the guy. Whatever you do, because I was trying to get some evidence here. I was like, please, you will be guys, I swear to you, at this point, I turned into some sort of Law and Order, Criminal Minds case. I said, if you tell the suspect that what I told you, I swear to you, if you involve yourself in this investigation, there will be consequences and you will be charged. I don't know who I thought I was, but I was trying to break it down like James Bond. I said, listen, I will find him and I will catch him, so don't get involved, okay? She agreed. I gave her my number. I said, please call me as soon as you find out if any girl has come. Let me know. It's very important to this investigation. I gave her my number. I said, please. I gave them my email. I said, please email me something, you know. They said, sure. I said, great. I was waiting on those emails, that phone call. Of course, it never happened.
I just wanted to say thanks. I'm glad you came along, partner.
You know what, I'm tired, guys. This story, I don't know. This story's taking the soul out of me. Never did get a reply from that hotel. Never did. You know who I did get a reply from, though? Sean, aka most likely the guy in the first place, the suspect, messages me and says, have you not gone in? There's another girl there. She's messaging me. The other 2 girls conveniently couldn't come. So there was just one other girl there and she's like scared by herself. And why didn't I come? Why don't you give me this other girl's number and we would have discussed what time, when to go, etc. We would have gone in together if you're so worried, Sean. Why? At this point, all I'm hearing is lies, 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 lies. Bull, right? And I'm like, listen.
It's over.
What?
all of this.
This is the best part. This is how I know this person was completely fake. This is the evidence. When she said, I emailed the hotel to see what was going on, to see if the other girls arrived, to see everything that was happening, and they told me this, and this. That's how I know you didn't come. Sean, if you're listening, you stalker, there is no public email to that hotel. There is no way in hell that would have been possible. You just proved yourself to me that you are a sociopathic, narcissistic liar. That's when I was like, no remorse, no feelings, nothing. Let's be honest, guys, this is what most likely happened. I didn't turn up. There were no other girls there. This guy, who had been Sean the whole time planning this setup meetup, was messaging me saying, through Sean, saying, oh, are you there yet? Blah, 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 pretending that the other girl had arrived. Meanwhile, this guy was just waiting, booked out this conference meeting room and was just waiting there. Boo, hoo, hoo, hoo. And then he gets warned by the manager, who I told not to get involved with the investigation.
And they completely goddamn disrespected me. Little idiots! Idiots! I was completely disrespectful.
They warn him all the things I've already told them, and they say that they know this. He pieces it together and he goes, okay, she caught me, she was onto me. How did she know? Let me pretend to talk through Sean and say, listen, this is wild, blah, blah, blah. So obviously, through my genius plan of trusting the hotel managers and stuff like that, that gave him the upper hand and the insight to then be like, oh my God, why did you say all of this stuff? Now the other girl couldn't flirt with the other girl because he felt like he was warned, and all of this rubbish bull. Give me that other girl's name. Give me her. Let me call her. Let me talk to her. Give me nothing. You're such a liar. You're such a...
You lying. Why you always lying? Oh my God.
At this point, I was already paid £50 as sort of like a bond deal. Like, okay, I'm going to give you £50 as insurance, so like you do actually follow through with it. Basically like a bribe to make me just go. And because I didn't, I swear to you, I would have just given the £50 back. If he was a she, and she was who she said she was, Sean, and she sent me a voice note claiming that she was Sean, I would have given the money back. But she couldn't even do that. Long story short, I never went. I tried to give as many warnings as I could. If there was a girl and that did happen, then she was most likely safe or saved because he was warned. And even if that is true, then at least that was that, you know. Oh my God, my cat's approaching me. It's not my cat, it's just a cat that always seems to find me. I love her so much. Like and subscribe. Can you say like and subscribe? I'd hate me too. She just went, psst, this girl, as if. So long story short, I caught the person. We all know deep down that you're a piece of and at the end of the day, I'm sad that I can't see you behind bars and that I cannot convict you if you are really out here trying to rape or sex traffic people. Those kind of people are the scum of the earth. So it really does disappoint me in that sense. However, I'm just glad that my friend, shout out to Alex, who saved my life. Shout out to the hotel people, even though they didn't do much. I'm having serious deja vu, guys. Wow! Shout out to the police for just doing their job. Shout out to everyone, you know. Shout out to you guys for wanting a video. Like, this is so hilarious because I wouldn't have made this in the first place, and I think it's pretty funny. So the moral of the story is just to be careful at the end of the day. Meeting people online can be one of the most amazing things that ever happens to you. And it can also be the worst. So just stay safe and take precautions and be careful. Tell me, guys, what you think by leaving a comment. Honestly, tell me if you think that, because obviously I'm going to read them, and tell me what your opinions on this whole story was and what you would have done, and if you would have been as dumb as me and needed a friend to help you out. Please leave a like, please subscribe. You know how much it means to me. It means the world. Thank you so much for watching it this far. You are loved. I love you, and I shall see you sooner rather than later in another video. Okay. I can speak now. Okay, peace and love. Bye.